Welcome to GP Racing Dream, the next step. It's Thundersport GB and it's Pembrey in southwest Wales. Lovely views across the rising hills behind the circuit here. This ex-airfield down right beside the seaside. Fantastic racing in prospect. The Aprilia RRV 450 GPs are the action today. And Steve, you're going to take us on a lap of the circuit.
I am indeed, thanks Robin. Down the start-finish straight we go, and into turn one. It's a hairpin called Hatchets, down to second or first gear. Beware of the first lap, folks. On the gas then, we flick the bike over to the right around Spitfire. Change direction of the motorcycle on your knee on the left through Debeni. This is now double apex left-hander. Drift out wide, you'll see the clubhouse just on the right there. And then get it tight in the left again, ready to flick back over to the opposite side through the S's. Back on the power after you've clipped the apex and up towards Brooklyn's hairpin. It's a very tight right-hander, but not quite a hairpin. Great overtaking opportunity, second gear, but then up through the gears we go onto the speedway straight. The fastest corner on the circuit is here. Right-hander, clip the apex around Woodlands, and then into the final turn, which is Honda. Only the brave are in the inside here, just like Jake Dixon does there. Back onto the start-finish straight.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks very much, Steve. Well, fantastic qualifying session and an absolutely fascinating front row. Pole position, Steve, number 29. Phil Canessa. It's his birthday just after this weekend. On the Monday, he's going to be 21 years old. A very popular competitor indeed. Had a horrible accident at Snetterton just a season or so ago, and he's now fully recovered, and lovely to see him back on form. But what a front row. Next to him, 43 is James Folkard, 99 Jordan Hull, and there 35 Jake Dixon. What a performance from Jordan Hull. A front row start for him, Steve.
Yes, excellent news for Phil Canessa on pole and Jordan Hull in third position. And surprising to see championship leader Connor Tagg on the second row. It's not very often you see that. We're on board with James Folkard away from the line. He's got that inside line as they head into Hatchets.
It looks a lovely start from there, but look at this mob bearing down on him. Folkard it is though, through the hairpin for the first time basket. Yes, Connor Tagg, certainly I don't think too pleased with his qualifying, but it was very competitive. And Sam Cox, Liam Shelcock and Luke Thackeray also getting onto that second row as they scream around the clubhouse, and things getting a little tense down in the middle of the pack there. Big sit up there for Clinton Carver. Yeah, James Folkard had a little bit of a wobble on the exit of Debeni also, but here he is leading through Brooklands. Jake Dixon second. That looks like Blake Walls there a little bit further behind. Great to see a grid of these Aprilia 450 GP machines out here at Pembrey. We have one or two new additions. Louis Dawson is out this weekend. I see that Luigi Di Lavecchia is back out on the 450 again. There's Sam Cox ahead of Tom Strettel. Yeah, good to see Will Hodgson back out there as well. Didn't qualify as well, but my goodness me, he's got his race head on and he will be charging through the field. But Folkard, look at this. This championship so tightly poised, Steve, and it's gone every which way. Really, Connor Tagg, James Folkard, absolutely together at the top of the championship. Jake Dixon has picked off wins, made his way through to join them there. And again, you'd be a fool to part with your money and say that any particular one of these is going to be the championship winner. Well, there were just 12 points separating Tagg, Folkard and Jake Dixon coming into the event, and it's been like that all season. Tagg certainly comes in to the event as the man on form. He was in stunning form at Snetterton, but here we are on board with James Folkard, and he wants to get back to his winning ways, and so far so good as we make our way into the last corner. But that's Jake Dixon up the inside into Honda, and along the start-finish straight we go. Folkard's in the slipstream. Yep, coming down alongside him, James Folkard going for the inside line into Hatchets, and Phil Canessa tucked in there in third place. Connor Tagg gradually has dragged himself onto the leading group, so we're going to have our top three in the points. My goodness me, almost on the same bike soon. Folkard just shows how close the action is there, nips through into the lead again. Yes, Connor Tagg looking to
get involved in this battle. He's trying to chase down Phil Canessa, but these are great views here of James Folkard. And once again, we just see a very short shot there of Jake Dixon going into picture and then going out again. There's 4 riders all gunning for victory here. Oh, what a massive moment for Phil Canessa.
Dear, oh dear. Stay on the island, dear boy. He was rocking and rolling there, but Phil thankfully got the super glue on the seat there and loses the position. But thank goodness he's still on board. Jake Dixon once again back in front, but we are riding with James Folkard. Are we in second, or can we nip through up the inside into Hatchets?
Yes, various lines that you can take into turn 1, but it is Folkard that has the advantage ahead of Dixon. That little moment there for Canessa means that Tag now moves up into third as Dixon retakes the lead.
And these, Steve, has to be reiterated, they're all still a bunch of youngsters. Yes, we know that Phil Canessa will be 21 on the Monday, but the 3 out the front of him, all younger. This is a real destination series now for the Aprilia Super Team riders. When they've had their time in the Aprilia Super Teams, they're now moving on to these fantastically quick but incredibly nimble little Aprilia 450s, and they love these bikes, don't they?
They handle beautifully, and that's why they love them. It's so easy to jump off a Super Team bike and then onto this, and that's why we see so many former Super Teams in this class. The other great thing as well, it just provides another platform. Rather than jump off an Aprilia Super Team bike and onto a 600, this is the perfect step up.
Yeah, it's also very cost-effective too, which should always be borne in mind. And there we see Connor Tagg putting more pressure on James Folkard as Connor just nicks through into second place there at Hatchets. Oh, but he runs a little wide on the exit, and James Folkard, talk about, well, they don't need to be asked twice, do they? Straight back up into second place, and here's the battle behind.
Yeah, a little bit further behind, that's Ben Coyle, number 37, Clinton Carver, another new addition to the 450s for this weekend from the Super Teens, and 53, Reese Hutchinson.
Yeah, Reese, who I think is the youngest competitor out there, but he's been acquitting himself very well on the 450s. And Connor Tagg, having moved up to second, look how competitive this punch is at the front, is shuffled back to 4th place.
What a battle this is for 5th place onwards. Look at all those. Jordan Hole's in there, having not managed to get away with the leaders, but at the front, it is Jake Dixon that leads from Folkard. Connor Tagg, the series leader, albeit by not a lot, is in 3rd, and Phil Canessa there just looking underneath his arm behind him. He's got quite a bit of clear air behind him. He's in 4th.
And once more, Folkard goes to the front. Dixon back into 2nd. Yes, that, oh, well, indeed, Jakey doesn't want to stay there. He moves up back into 1st, and here we have, goodness me, stay on board, boys. We have the chasing bunch. Now, we've got a couple of the brothers in there, Luke and Jamie Thackeray. They're both there. Tom Strettle's there. And I think Liam Shelcock in that bunch as well. And then we see Sam Cox.
Yes, Sam Cox, exactly at this point, actually had a very nasty accident here at Pembrey a couple of years back and mangled his leg up a little bit, but great to see him out there. Then Jordan Hole and Jamie Thackeray. Jamie Thackeray lost his foot off his foot peg into turn 1 a little earlier on. We saw a shot of that, but at the front, it is still number 35, Jake Dixon, that is holding off James Folkard. Here's on board with Folkard now. Great shots here.
Yep, Folkard almost out to the white line down this long straight, but Dixie just very late on the brakes, and he's going to have the line into Hatchets. And of course, these two, well, they can't afford any mistakes, can they? Not just between the two of them, but still just over their shoulders, Connor Tagg and Phil Canessa.
Yeah, they've just pulled a little gap on Connor Tagg and Phil Canessa, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. There's Tom Streddle, Sam Cox, Michael Clifford and Jamie Thackeray, and well, they're wobbling around all over the place on the exit of Hatchets there.
Yeah, thankfully all staying on board though. These little Moto 450s, they're so nimble, and they have to be the way they jump them around. Look at this, Dixie coming up here, and James Folkard around the outside. Well, it's getting the last chance saloon because it's the last lap, and there we see a rider's gone down. Folkard acknowledging that, the checkered flag being made ready. There's back markers ahead, but I think the result, well, it's going to stay in this order, isn't it? A wonderful race, very competitive. This time, it's going to be Jake Dixon that naps the win from James Folkard. Lovely stuff out the front of this, and yeah, little hand in the air. James Folkard saying well done, and Jake Dixon, I think, acknowledging there that with that yellow flag right on the last lap that Probably that was the end to James Folkard's challenge there. But my goodness me, they and we will be looking forward to the next race. There's the results confirmed. Dixon from Folkard, Tag was the Canessa Ford. Then it was Liam Showcock, Jordan Hole, Will Hodgson, Blake Woods, Tom Strettle and Sam Cox in 10th. On the podium, a very happy Jake Dixon between James Folkard and Connor Tag.
Dixie, that was something special.
Yeah, just glad to be on top again because we haven't been there, we hadn't had the pace at Snet, but not the best of starts of the weekend. As we're not on our own bike, I'd like to say thanks to Ian for lending us a bike, and thanks to my dad and Buttons and Graham and everyone for just getting like the suspension sorted out. So a big thanks to them, and just a big thanks to everyone who's helped this weekend, really.
That's perfect. Jake Dixon, thank you very much for a great show. Mr. Folkard, how was it from where you were at?
Oh, it was perfect. It was a really good race, obviously. It was definitely the best of the season up to now. Hopefully we'll have another one like that, except for I'll be on top, obviously.
Well, who would you like to thank?
Obviously Menards Pavlo, which is the best accident claims, of course. Their website's menardspavlo.com. Blue Flame Exhaust for putting loads of effort into our NCAN. And of course all the team, Les, Almax Motorcycles, they've supported us with tyres all season as well, so that's a massive thing, so thanks to all them.
Connor Tag, you had a monumental battle there for third place, and it was such a struggle, you had no chance to get up to these front two.
Yeah, I didn't have the pace, should have really put a new tyre on the back, as James and Jake did. It's just a choice, and it was a wrong choice.
Yeah, that's a good one. That must be straight out of the Nigel book of excuses. But anyway, who would you like to thank, Connor?
Oh, I'd like to thank my dad, my mum, my sister, and say happy birthday to my sister on Friday, and happy birthday to Grace today. And I'd like to thank PP Construction, Bridgestone, Daisy and John from Nitro, and just everyone who's supported me.